What was the inspiration behind Bob Seger's Fire Lake? Coming up on Rock Music History Lesson. With a voice like gravel soaked in whiskey and lyrics that cut straight to the heart of the American experience, Bob Seger is more than a rock icon. He's a storyteller of the open road, late night heartbreaks, and blue collar dreams. From smoky bars in Detroit to sold-out arenas across the country, Seger carved out a legacy that blends raw emotion with driving rhythms, earning him a place among the legends of heartland rock. So what was the inspiration behind Fire Lake? Seger thinks this is one of his best. He says this song is all about taking chances and trying something new, and it turned out to be a great move for him. In an interview with WCSX Radio in Detroit, Seger says it means living on the edge, a metaphor for pushing one's limits. The lyric, "Who wants to break the news to Uncle Joe?" You remember Uncle Joe. He was the one afraid to cut the cake. In other words, don't be afraid to live life to the fullest. Take risks. It's about facing life's challenges and finding strength within yourself. Seger told the Toledo Free Press in March 2011, quote, "It was written about Silver Lake in Dexter, Michigan," unquote. This song was written 7 years before it was put on the Against the Wind album. It was supposed to be on Beautiful Loser, but they decided to leave it off because it didn't fit in with the other songs. That's also why they picked it as the first single for Against the Wind. Bob Seger recorded many of his songs at Muscle Shoals Sound Studios in Sheffield, Alabama. Specifically, he used the studio for his albums Night Moves, Stranger in Town, Beautiful Loser, and Against the Wind. He collaborated with the Muscle Shoals rhythm section on numerous tracks throughout his career. The Muscle Shoals rhythm section, also known as the Swampers, achieved enormous success as one of the best-known groups of session musicians of their time. Barry Beckett on keyboards, David Hood on bass, Roger Hawkins on drums, and Jimmy Johnson on guitar. Leonard Skinner gave them a shout-out in Sweet Home, Alabama. Muscle Shoals has got the Swampers. Jimmy Johnson, the guitarist for the Swampers, mentioned that Bob Seger's manager, Punch Andrews, told him that Seger enjoyed working with him. Andrews asked if they would be interested in collaborating with Seger on a future co-production project. Johnson agreed. As co-producers, Seger credited them with production on his songs, which proved quite profitable. They continued to receive a royalty check every 6 months for everything they recorded with Seger, including the song Fire Lake. Johnson says, quote, "We don't even have a real contract on that, but he's always paid us for the records that we played on, we were co-producers on as well. And that's what I think about Bob Seger. He's a very honest man. He and Punch Andrews are honest individuals who keep their word. That's rare in the music business," unquote. Backing vocals on Fire Lake were Don Henley, Glenn Frey, and Timothy B. Smith of the Eagles. A year earlier, Seger co-wrote the Eagles' big hit, Heartache Tonight. Fire Lake climbed to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1980. Bob Seger was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004. Seger retired from touring after the conclusion of his Roll Me Away, the final tour, in November 2019. Sadly, as we record this, David Hood is the only surviving member of the Swampers. Keyboardist Barry Beckett died in 2009. Guitarist Jimmy Johnson passed away in 2019. And drummer Roger Hawkins died in 2021. If you'd like to hear Bob Seger's Fire Lake, click the link in the description box. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Also, check out our website, rockmusichistoryLesson.com. Thank you for watching Rock Music History Lesson. I'm K.W. Keene.